Great morning, students. So yesterday we have completed terrestrial plants and today we will going to discuss about aquatic plants. Aquatic plants, as I told you, they are the plants which grow in the water, and aquatic plants are divided into three categories. These are floating trees. Second is fixed plants. Third is underwater plants. So these are the three categories on which the aquatic plants are divided. So let's discuss about floating plants. Floating plants float on the surface of the water. These plants float on the surface of the water. These plants float on the surface of the water, and they have fibrous root system. Their roots are like this. These plants float on the water. For example, duckweed, water lettuce, and water hyacinth. These are the example of floating plants, and the leaves which floats on the surface, they have chlorophyll in it. So that's why these leaves perform photosynthesis and prepare the food for the plant. As the chlorophyll present on the upper surface of the leaves, because this is the only part which is exposed to sunlight. Only this plant exposed to sunlight. That's why it has chlorophyll in the upper side of the leaves. So now let's discuss about fixed plants. Fixed plants examples are water lily and lotus. These are the two examples of fixed plants. Why they are called fixed plants? Because their roots are fixed to the bottom. That's why they are known as fixed plant. And their stem is long. And is very flexible, so that they can move according to the waves of the water. Okay, so they can move or they can bend themselves according to the waves of the water. So these are the fixed plants. Let's discuss about underwater plants. Underwater plants are those plants which submerged in the water completely. Example of underwater plants are pondweed and tape grass. These are the two examples of underwater plants, and they does not have stomata. Then how can they breathe? How can they get carbon dioxide? From where they can get carbon dioxide? And they are submerged water plants. They get their carbon dioxide from the animals which are present in the water itself. Now we will going to discuss about some non-green plants. As we have studied in the last chapter that we have studied two of the plants. Their name is mushroom and mold. These are the two examples of non-green plants. Means they does not have chlorophyll in it. then how can they prepare their food? It does not prepare their food. They obtain their food from the dead and decaying plant and animals. They obtain their food from the dead and decaying plant and animals. Now let's study about some interesting plants. Some interesting plants. You will get to know about the interesting plants. Interesting plants, for example, pitcher plant and Venus flytrap. Venus flytrap are very interesting plants. Why they are so interesting? Because they eat insects. The pitcher plant shape is of picture shape. Okay, इसकी कैसी shape होती है? Picture shape होती है. As you can see in the picture as well. Okay, this plant open up the lid, and when the insect enters, then it closes with the lid and eats the insects. And Venus flytrap also does the same. That's why they are known as insectivorous plants. Insectivorous plants. These are called insectivores because they eat insects. That's why they are known as insectivorous plants.
So we have completed this chapter. We will continue its back exercise tomorrow.